Jake Barber, comes on to NewsNation.
Anomalous. It was not human.
He's vetted by Ross and by other people. He's a legitimate military personnel, Air Force. He has a bunch of other of his colleagues' testimonies of his character, and if they believe him, they all say yes. Now, granted, you could argue, oh, they could all be lying. Sure, whatever, maybe. What made this really interesting to me beyond the actual content of the whistleblower's testimony and the footage that they showed is the outrage from the community, especially in the subreddits. Here's what happened. Ross Coulthart hypes it up in a way where he's in typical broadcaster, gotta get the ratings fashion. This is the most groundbreaking thing, blah, blah, blah. The subreddits and the communities online are like, I don't have much hope, but he's making it sound really good, and he's delivered some good stories so far. And then he releases this thing, and it's an egg. It's an egg. It's the Egg UAP. And people, when they saw it, they got pissed, and they were like, this is dumb, this is not evidence. My opinion on that is there's too many extremes in this community. They expected to see some, I guess, Hollywood fucking footage of an alien coming out of a spacecraft, which I never really understood why people think that's gonna happen. It might eventually. NewsNation and Ross, it's on them for disappointing everyone. But they did do a nice job of at least like getting this footage out here. It is literally just an egg, and that's why people were pissed. Because Ross was like, it's crazy. But you gotta remember, NewsNation is in the business of getting clicks and attention. Let's be clear that it's not a UFO dedicated network. That is where they get their most views, so they do focus on it a lot. He runs this organization, NewsNation, Organization Nation, and he has this agenda of being a respectable news source, I guess, and you want to cross all the T's and dot all the I's of the traditional news program multimedia operation. So I don't think Ross Coulthart is a bad guy. He's an Australian bloke. He's having a good time. I don't know. He's running a business, or maybe, as some people might believe, he may be in the pockets of some deep organizations that want him to make it look bad so everyone doesn't believe anymore. It gets so twisted. A lot of people were mocking this footage, especially in the r/alien subreddit, which is a wild place. I mean, not surprisingly. It's funny to me because it could very well be an extremely advanced piece of extraterrestrial technology that we're looking at through video. It could be. I'm not saying I believe 100% that it is, but it's a shame that this NewsNation hype that let everyone down has led people to just make a mockery out of it, because it could be like the egg of God or whatever. Not, aliens are God. So if you believe Jake's testimony, you believe that he's a real military guy, this isn't just an entire farce, which would be pretty crazy to orchestrate at all the different levels. The acting, the corroborating of made-up stories, and then for him to bring on this footage, and then the way he talks about it, how it seemed otherworldly, all that stuff, and to be an Air Force helicopter pilot, that's probably a footage, if you believe all that stuff, that's probably footage of some bizarre technology, maybe by the government themselves, who knows, but it certainly would appear to be, given all the things that I just said, if you accept a UAP. The video itself isn't super impressive in terms of what people are looking for, and that's another one of the problems I have with this online community that goes crazy about this stuff. I mean, I get it, everyone's tired of seeing these grainy images. First of all, that was a thermal camera. I mean, the military probably doesn't have Hollywood 4K cinema cameras recording everything that they do for the purpose of showing people what they've done in the future when they do. It's all secret. It's all just to collect data and for the connection of the military. But I understand why people are upset, because the way they hyped it up, and then they saw that and they're like, well, that's not groundbreaking evidence, fuck you. So I get it. If they just showed that footage, or like somebody sent this in, it's a UAP, with no context, then it'd be like, well, that's weird to see. But coupled with Jake's testimony and the way he talks about how he went to retrieve it and all that, it's very compelling to me. I mean, I don't know. Again, there's not many conclusions you can draw from it in and of itself, but the fact that he came forward, the fact that what he described he experienced, and along with the video, it's pretty fascinating thing. Yet another piece of visual stuff to add to your catalog of potentially military footage of unidentified crafts. My message to the people who mock the egg may rule your mind someday. So, treat it with respect. No, but really, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's a lot of bathwater because of the way they hyped it up. I get it, but you never know.